We are here and it is Friday. Man, I can't wait to get to the barbershop. My gosh. Doing a whole video shoot tomorrow. It's just a lot. A whole music video shoot, and my car is in the shop. So I'm trying to get my car out today, but they have now called me back. It's just, and then the bird chewed up my gold chain. Like my chain was real. It was like real gold. And he just bit it off my neck. I'm like a little irritated. So he's not in here with me today. He's in the cage because I'm a little annoyed. So what's going on? How is everybody doing? How's everybody in the chat? Are you guys feeling good, feeling great, doing their big one? We got some things to get into. We're going to get into black women. Are they homophobic? T.S. Madison upset with Jess hilarious. Okay. And slightly upset with Snoop Dogg and his new LGBTQ friendly partnership after all of the things that he has said. Also, some exclusive tea on Travis Scott and Tyla stealing Young Miami's record. And of course, Tasha K and Ra Ali getting into it. Who will be the ultimate Nicki Minaj mouthpiece? So we're going to get into some things. Are we live? People saying we're froze. Are we here? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can see me and hear me before we get started. Okay. All right. So let's start. Shout out to Paradise Paris over on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or if you guys are not familiar with Paris, she does a lot of she has a lot of interesting takes on a lot of different things. I like Paris. She's not afraid to go against the grain. And so she sparked up some conversation earlier today in regards to women and their phobias against Black gay men. And, people have mixed reviews on it. So let's just start there. Let's start there first. And let's get into what Paris had to say.
I really care for Black. I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but I'm gonna say it anyways, and I'm gonna try to say this one with love, because it's gonna sting. Black women in general are homophobic. Black women don't respect Black men, and in turn, that backfires on Black gay men, because Black women are not just homophobic, we have a lack of regard for men in general. And when it comes to our men, when they are gay, we see them as bitches. They're just an intimacy replacement tool for men who won't get hard for us. And when it comes to Tammy Roman, Jess Hilarious, Nene Leakes, I can keep naming names of prominent women who have positions in the industry, and they feel this way because they're cool when gay works for them. They're cool with a gay friend who has money. They're cool with a gay homeboy who can fight and who can protect them, because it stops them from having to do the work in an intimate partnership, because that man is going to show up in position the same way other men will. She just doesn't have to sleep with him, and she don't have to work to keep that relationship functioning, because gay Black men will. But they always see that we lack respect for them when it comes to their position in life and our children, or when it comes to us dealing with the same type of man.
Well, she does have a point there. I mean, I'm not going to say all women, but I definitely agree with what she says as far as the emotional support and just being there. And then when you kind of need that same support from, women on the other end, you really don't get that same support. As being a gay man, you just don't,
because we just refuse in order to acknowledge our homophobia shows up in other ways. So yes, Black women are kind, Black women are nice, Black women will go out of their way for you, but Black women don't respect Black men who are gay specifically.
So that is what she had said. You guys know my stories when it comes to women and things like that. But I would like to say, I want to take it a step further. There's a lot of women that were in the chat, and they were like, hey, speak for yourself. That's not me. I've had my experiences, but I don't think that it's just a Black women thing. I think it's a Black people thing. I think black people, straight, male or female, a lot of them, majority of them, have undertones of homophobia for a fact. It gets into the spaces of, I got gay friends, but I would never want my kid to be gay. And I this is and this is, you just see it every day. And they're homophobic and they're transphobic. But I think that in the black community, we do not have a lot of support from our straight counterparts. And I think that, if you're not entertaining, when I mean entertaining, man in the wig, drag queen, something that they feel like they can laugh at, big, fat, and funny. You know what I mean? Loud and obnoxious. If you're not something that I can look and point at and appear to be, a circus, I don't even really accept you. I don't, if you look normal, then it's like, well, I'm not with that gay shit, and it's not just women, it's the men too. But I don't really want to fully blame the men and women of today wholeheartedly, because I think that all that phobia comes from, and it's an indoctrination of our upbringing, which stems from our parents, their parents' parents, and so forth. It's the black church. The Christian church has taught us that we need to focus primarily on same-sex relationships. And anybody that is presenting as gay, they are bad people. And if you've ever been into a black family, and most of us are that are black, right? And we go to church, or we've been brought up in church, that is what they preach. The most of my trauma growing up and figuring out who I was came from church. And typically, be in that, and then the church's mindset, they actually, embedded those thoughts and theories into my parents, right? And so my parents were never really at a point where they were accepting of who I was, and they somehow thought it was a choice that could either be prayed out or beat out of me because it's something that I chose to do. And many people today, I feel like, are homophobic, black people in general, because black people still believe, and the majority of them believe, that this is a lifestyle choice that gay people have chosen to be. And I just don't, and I think even with that thought process of thinking someone chose a lifestyle that is alternate from yours, or that is visibly harder, I think that even signifies phobia, and people saying, oh, I love you, I just don't agree. Well, bitch, I didn't ask you to agree. So for all those people that don't agree, that's homophobia to me, because what is there for you to agree with, and why don't you agree? Let's take the layers down. Who told you you could or you could not agree? If you look back, it stems from somewhere in your upbringing or the church. And I just think that, unfortunately, hip hop community, hip hop culture, black people in general, man or woman, a lot of them are homophobic. Majority of them are. It's no shade. So, and I see a lot of you guys, it is what it is. And you see it in the actions in people's thought processes. And, I'm used to it at this point, but I just thought it was very interesting that she sparked that conversation. And I think that conversation came from Tammy Roman. Tammy Roman, when she did not allow her daughter to bring her girlfriend to the graduation, or she can't go to Thanksgiving, but her other daughter can bring her significant other because he's a man. That's homophobic. But you'll see Tammy Roman working with gay people. She probably has gay friends and laughs with them. But if it's too close to home for you, then it's not okay. So just because you have gay friends, just because you're cordial with gay people, just because you follow gay people, and you look and you laugh, it doesn't mean that you're not homophobic. Because 9 times out of 10, if you end up having a gay child, then the real feelings and the real you come out. See, it's easy to like, oh, I love Armand. He's great. I'm comedic relief for a lot of you. You can watch me look and laugh. But what if I was your brother? What if I was your son? You'd be feeling some type of way. Could I bring my partner to the house? Would it just be a cackle? Some of you guys have children that are battling now with telling you if they're gay or straight, because although you watch Armand Wiggins and you clock the tea, your kid can't even indulge. Or you would be mortified if you found out. You know why? And I always thought that was so interesting, because it's like, what is the fascination with what I'm doing with my peen in my butt? You know what I'm saying? Like, never mind, and I was talking to somebody, because we were talking about something in regards to hip hop and hip hop culture and just upbringing and parenting. And I was telling this woman, this is literally the other day, and when it came to like me being with my parents, it was like, thank God that, I went to school and I was sharp. I was sharp. I was smart. I'm gonna be honest. I was smart in the fact that, I knew I didn't want to be out here a reckless mess. And this is why I put on for a lot of my boys now, because there's so many of people in my community that do not make it past the age of 18, 19, or 20 due to suicide, health issues, and drug overdose. And a lot of that comes from the lack of support from their family. So then they have to find it in the streets. And so for me, I could have very well been in that situation, because for for a long time, and I love my parents to death, but those conversations that you have, about the birds and the bees as you're growing up and your hormones are going and you're getting of age and you're growing hair on your nuts, grabbing a little mustache, your thing gets hard. Wet dreams and stuff start to happen, right? Well, for me, my parents never really wanted to have the conversation about sexuality to a point once they found out that, and when I was in high school, that I had an attraction to men. But it was important for me to have those conversations. And the reason why is because I still was going to date. Eventually, I was going to have sex. I was going to be out there in the world. So, but sometimes my parents, they felt like it was more of a don't ask, don't tell, let's ignore it. Or we just don't accept it. But that still was not going to stop me from talking to men. But I'm saying that to say that's dangerous when you cut your kids off, because I'm still outside. I'm still going to meet people. I'm still going to have physical, sexual encounters. So instead of being so worried about what it was that I was doing necessarily, understand that it was going to happen, and teach me how I'm supposed to love. What is love supposed to feel like? How is a person supposed to treat me? How am I supposed to treat a person that I'm interested in? Tell me to use a condom. I remember one time, and I love my dad, but I was like, I got my test results today. Everything's good. He's like, oh, like, what are you doing? You're so fucking, like, what, a man? I'm just like, nigga, why is that even the issue? I'm here volunteering this to you, saying, hey, I'm clean. I'm good. You don't have to worry. Let alone if something happened to me. What if I was out in the streets and, God forbid, that did happen? How would I even come to you for mental and moral support? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even, like, at some point, you got to get over who I'm sleeping with and educate me that no matter who I'm sleeping with, how I'm doing it, man or woman, wrap up, be safe. If you get into a relationship with whatever the person is, man or woman, treat them this way. This is how you should be treated. There's so many things that happen within our relationships as gay people that we're just a lot of us are a lot of broken people trying to figure it out because our family members, whether it's our brothers, our moms or dads or whatever, I bet you guys don't even know. A lot of you guys probably don't even know if you have gay relatives, siblings, family members, cousins, uncles, whatever. A lot of y'all probably don't even know some of the trauma that person has went through because they feel like they can't talk to you because you're so hung up on the actions of being gay versus the story. I can't tell you how many guys I meet that have went through horrific situations with other men or other women, right? And their parents have no idea. Their family has no idea. I had a friend that didn't even tell their mom that they were positive for almost 20 years. I mean, 10 years. Because they didn't even know how. I knew people that were in domestic violence situations getting their ass beat almost to the death. And they couldn't even tell their parents that this man was beating their ass because the parent would be so focused on the fact that you was doing it with a man. Nigga was in the hospital and had to lie. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. But a lot of people think, well, those guys, they don't care. You're protected by the LGBTQ. You guys get all these rights, which we're going to get into in another video. But I just think that, we should be having more of these conversations in hip hop. And, a lot of people feel like, so many people are DL and this, that, and the third. And people wouldn't have to be this way. We wouldn't be having to look at the Diddy's using a woman to be the intermediary, if that's a word, between him and if he wanted to play with a little common finishings, you don't need Cassie to do so. But because the phobia is so rampant, you have to pretend you want a woman in the mixed to collect the finishings for you to roll around in the sloppy seconds. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's a lot going on with that. And so I just think that, at the end of the day, it makes people very uncomfortable. And, it makes people uncomfortable because they have to be honest with themselves. And I see somebody say next topic, absolutely not next topic. I won't do no damn topic. That's the problem. And see, this is when I lose subscribers and people get mad. Because if I was up here screaming, black women don't get this, black women don't deserve, black women are the most affected, blah, blah, blah. And we just did a whole black women pity party. It'd be thumbs ups in the chat and hundreds of dollars of super chats. That's that bullshit that I'm never going for. Y'all know that. And if you're new here, welcome. This is where we take a turn of the page and people to end up not liking me when I start standing up for what I believe in, what represents me. You guys love me until I start saying, hey, I'm a person too and I matter. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to shuck and jive for you niggas. So when we start talking about things like that, if it makes you get uncomfortable, you can get the fuck on. It's straight like that. I'm not your clown. I'm not your gay BFF. I'm not your motherfucking gay counselor. I'm a human being as well. So just like you want me to be present for you, and I will, you're going to be present for my issues too. Straight like that. I'm too old to give a fuck. It's straight like that. And I know some of y'all new here, but yeah, y'all ain't seen these topics in a while. But yeah. We on that for sure. But we are going to move on, but it is another LGBTQ topic. So now with that being said, speaking of that, T.S. Madison was upset. So you guys know her and Jess Hilarious been getting into it. By the way, I love everybody up at the Breakfast Club, and I wish the Jess Hilarious T.S. Madison thing would just finish. So not going to play the clip, but I guess Charlemagne was saying what women should be on the Queens of Comedy. And Jess Hilarious, I mean, Jess Hilarious was mentioning some names of women that could be on the Queens of Comedy. Charlemagne messy and says, T.S. Madison. Okay. Set T.S. Madison up for that. Jess Hilarious says T.S. Madison is not a woman. Pretty much, she's a man. So then Madison gets back into it, and they're going back and forth. I didn't think Madison should respond because I feel like, girl, it's getting kind of old with her and Jess Hilarious, right? But I think Madison was upset in combination with everything. There's a Snoop Dogg article that came out with Snoop Dogg, and he is now partnering up with GLAAD to do an LGBT inclusive record. So let's get into that. So Snoop Dogg, parents are parents. Snoop Dogg revises his take on kids witnessing queer love. Okay. After sparking controversy by commenting on gay people kissing in kids' movies, the rapper has partnered with GLAAD to celebrate all types of families. After sparking controversy earlier this year for complaining that two adult women kissed in a kids' movie, Snoop Dogg is setting the record straight about his views on queer families. To mark this year's Spirit Day, the legendary rapper teamed up with GLAAD and out singer Jeremy Belote on a new animated song, Love is Love, and campaign celebrating different types of families, love and families. At the end of the day, it's all about love. That's what we're teaching the kids with Love is Love. Partnering with GLAAD for Spirit Day just felt right because spreading love and respect for everybody is what real gangsters do. Snoop Dogg said that in the statement promoting the initiative. We're showing the next generation that kindness is cool, inclusion is powerful, and love always wins. As a special part of the campaign, a special conversation between Snoop and Belote, who competed on season 26 of The Voice under Snoop's team, was released on Thursday. In the video interview, the two artists discussed collaborating, bullying, finding one's voice, and their advice for LGBTQ youth. The rapper also addresses same-sex parenting, recalling his own childhood and how it's always been instilled in him to lead with love. And this is the podcast.
It's Spirit Day. Go purple now.
October 16th. Stop the bullying.
Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you the problem that I have with this. I'm going to go to Madison first, and then we're going to get into my thing with this. So let me go to T.S. Madison's statement because she felt some type of way. So let's go to T.S. Madison's page because she felt some type of way. And I'll tell you what my issue was with this too. I just need this to load. Come on. All right, give me 1 second. Here we go. Here we go.
I just want to say this before I lay down and go to sleep, right? Before I just... Hold on, let me cut my TV down. I was watching The Crucible. You know, it's crazy that I'm watching The Crucible because of the witch hunts that, you know, The Crucible is just, I guess got to start it over. Let me throw my motherfucking pony to the side. I want to say this. I want to say this because I saw this and I felt the way. I just posted it on my wall. But I saw this and I felt the way. I felt the way about this. I felt the way about this because Y'all let that motherfucking Robert Townsend in the face looking ass bitch, Juice Hilarious, get her motherfucking masculine voice having ass up on that radio station and on her thing. And I said something to that hoe, and y'all drug me. Y'all drug me all up and down. Y'all drug me. Y'all drag me. Anytime I speak up, anytime, oh, well, you don't supposed to be speaking for lesbians anyway. You don't supposed to be what you call it for this anyway. You finding every loophole that you can to diminish my motherfucking name or my motherfucking presence. And then I see this bullshit right here. Now I don't got no pressure with Glad. I love Glad. I love Glad, whatever, and I fucks with Glad. We do business together. We are in community together. But y'all, all y'all hoes that let that shit happen, y'all need I need an apology. Because y'all let that pussy ass motherfucking bumbleclot ass bitch get her tired, big wide nose ass up there and try to serve me. Y'all let transvestite ass Jess get her big wide nose ass up there and try to service me because I was defending my community against this shit right here, and then this turn around and happen, and everybody quiet. But now I see all the articles with my name attached to the shit. I'm looking at all the articles. Yahoo, Out Magazine. What else on here? Ooh, let me move this shit. Billboard. I see T.S. Madison name all in that, right? T.S. Madison criticized his comments. T.S. Madison claps back. T.S. Madison this, T.S. Madison that, right? But y'all let that big wide nose ass meteor man get her motherfucking horse voice ass up there, and then y'all was on there dragging me for defending myself against that punk asshole who play host role games.
Okay, um, so this is what I gather from what T.S. Madison is saying. Y'all ready? She's upset because she did the defending of of the community. She gets dragged, right? Jess Hilarious says it's not her business. Stay out of women's business. You know, everybody's like, well, the gay stuff shouldn't be happening in the movie theaters. Blah, 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 blah. Kids shouldn't have to see that. Hip hop community is outraged by that. Anytime a black person, a black member of the LGBT speaks against something that somebody else in hip hop culture, has to say in regards to LGBTQ community, majority of you guys all band together and go against the LGBTQ activist or said person that is sticking up for the LGBTQ rights. Everybody, even the Pick Me Gays was in the chat trying to make it seem like, hey, Snoop is right. Why we don't have to introduce our kids to that. We don't need to see that. So many women, even women that follow me, I'm seeing you in the chats. What she's saying is, though, you guys should apologize because a change is now happening, because now Snoop is going over there with Glad and doing a sit down and now is trying to do inclusion of LGBTQ people, same-sex couples, and for kids. So while Madison feels like you guys tormented her and sided against her in that beef with Jess Hilarious, or even when she was speaking out against Snoop Dogg, she got so much hate for that. All for Snoop Dogg to go and do something, partner up with Glad, right? So the work that she did, because then she showed the articles that she was attached to, the work that she did actually preempted for Glad and Snoop Dogg to do a collaboration. So things are changing based off of her voice and the outrage that she created behind Snoop Dogg and what he said. But Madison feels like, but y'all trashed me and dragged me. But look, I'm fighting for my community. And look, I'm actually making change in my community. Now, here's my issue. It doesn't all the way feel legit with Snoop Dogg. But number two, and I would tell Madison this too, and I don't fully agree with what she's saying in regards to, you know, with her and the Jess Hilarious and all of that, because to me, and I have to be honest, it feels more like it's okay when we're doing the infighting, but our real issue is Glad. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Yes, I get that Snoop Dogg was on the show with the white guy, whatever his name is. What's his name? This is my issue. I'm going to show you. So, yes, I understand Snoop Dogg, you know, you guys did a show together, blah, 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 blah. With Bolette, whoever this guy name is, with Jeremy. But why are you doing a sit down with Jeremy? The Breakfast Club is not going to go watch this. Boosie, Black community, y'all don't even know that this happened. You guys are not over here in West Hollywood paying attention to this. You guys saw, and I'm saying this, Madison's my girl, but I'm saying this in the way that the homophobes are thinking. You saw a big trans woman, Black man, sticking up for her community within hip hop, and there was outrage. But then for Snoop to go then partner up with Glad, and there's no Black representation there, who's watching this shit? Who's listening to this? Where's the real change? My issue would be with Glad. Why is there no Black representation here? Because the real issue is not with Black people and white people and LGBTQ. The real issue is the homophobia in hip hop. So him sitting there with this white man is not doing shit for the homophobia in hip hop. It's not. And so many of you guys get it twisted that the LGBTQ umbrella protects me, T.S. Madison. No. It protects this white man right here. Just be very clear. And this is what I think a lot of our Black people don't realize. Whether we're gay, straight, women, straight men, we all still niggas under our own umbrellas. So I know a lot of y'all think, oh, that's the alphabet community. Nah, boo. There's niggas in that too. I know some of you are, oh, this is the feminist community. I bet you Black women are on the bottom of the totem pole within the feminist community. Those are for white women. Be very clear on that. Does that make sense? So you guys run around thinking that, you know, LGBT inclusion and all that, that's for white people. There should have been, Snoop Dogg should have been having a conversation with a T.S. Madison or somebody else, because that was going to touch the ears of the culture. Ain't nobody listening to no interview from Germany. He don't even relate to us. So this is not shifting the narrative or changing the conversation in our community. So while we're focusing on T.S. Madison versus Jess Hilarious is not the problem, in my opinion. But I think that it becomes, what happens is though, right? Because we need to keep our money, we got to keep our businesses, we got to keep everything aligned. We can't go up against Glad and say, Glad, you're on some bullshit. But they'll keep us over here arguing amongst ourselves. T.S. Madison, Jess Hilarious keep arguing. That's not our problem. The problem is, Snoop Dogg, you went, collected your check, and you went and sat over there with Glad and partnered with Glad when you should have been sitting down on the Outlaws podcast with T.S. Madison having that conversation for the culture. Because that would have got picked up on the blogs that we watch. That would have got picked up in hip hop community. Could you imagine Snoop Dogg and T.S. Madison having a conversation about LGBTQ and love is love? You know that what kind of healing that would bring within the hip hop community? Within black culture? This ain't gonna heal shit. This is a money grab. This is bullshit. It's no shade. That don't affect us. Him sitting with that white man does nothing for our community, but lines his pockets and make sure he's still safe and good with master. And unfortunately, Madison can't go up against the grain because she got to make sure her pockets is right and her opportunities are still right. So then we gonna just keep it right here and we gonna keep arguing with you niggas and just hilarious. But everybody should be arguing with Glad. It's bigger than we do a lot of infighting, and then Snoop, you don't really give a shit. You don't care what we say over and you don't really believe in it, but you just got to make sure your pockets is right and you didn't offend the white LGBTQ people. You don't give a damn about black people because you already know majority of black people's on your side anyway. F them facts. We don't rock with them anyway. So you don't care about having a conversation and changing the narrative or the mindset within our culture because majority of you all are one and the same. This is about Snoop Dogg, you protecting your coin. So you're going to go sit with the white people and make it right over there because you know white is right, right? And you're scared of the alphabet. And you want to keep making your commercials and you're getting your brand deals. So you got to make sure your finances is right. You really don't give a shit about no love and inclusion. Because if you did, you wouldn't have ran straight to the white man. You would have did it within your community. You have the resources. There's many platforms. But Glad dropped the ball because they should have also, even if they wanted to use the white boy, they should have brought somebody black in there. Because this is not touching our community. And so that kind of stuff I get really passionate about because what you guys don't see is even within our community of LGBTQ, we still have to deal with the hierarchy of whiteness. And then we still watch black people fold to the white man. And it's an unfortunate thing. We always still have to cower down because this shit is not going to help nothing. This is not going to be groundbreaking. It's not going to cause conversations in the household. And it's at least the households that matter. Where the trauma has really been embedded in us and our DNA for years, decades. But just imagine if Snoop Dogg and T.S. Madison would have had a conversation. Maybe healing could have begun, even if it was just a little bit. But him sitting with some white boy making a song and collecting a fat check for Spirit Day ain't doing shit. So that frustrated me. I don't get all up in arms. Oh, I'm so happy because that's bullshit. The blogs aren't going to talk about this. And I think Madison, her thing is, if I was her, I'd be upset because it's like, I start this conversation. Glad you didn't go take the conversation outside of hip hop, bring it into white LGBTQ spaces, but attach my name to every article. But you're not realizing within my hip hop space, I'm being dragged on the Breakfast Club, through the blogs, on the media, through fans, homophobic black people left and right, telling us that we don't exist and we don't deserve to exist in spaces. But then you got Snoop Dogg got to a point where the heat was so hot, he then goes and basically does an apology tour with white people instead of telling his own community that, hey, black people and LGBTQ black people, straight or gay, we need to show unity. Going to sit with some white boy is not showing unity for your community. Because you know why? The same blogs that picked up T.S. Madison, getting into it with Jess Hilarious and their back and forth, and the same blogs that picked up T.S. Madison saying what she had to say about Snoop Dogg, they're not going to go pick this up about Snoop Dogg and this white boy. But they would have picked up T.S. Madison and Snoop Dogg having a conversation. That's what should have happened. But yeah, so that was my thoughts on that. So yeah. You know, I get passionate about my y'all. So what else we got going on? Tasha K. So apparently Tasha K and Ra Ali have been getting into it. I had no idea that Tasha K and Riley were not really cool. So Tasha K was on Spaces the other day, and I had went and joined the Spaces, and mind you, you know, her fans were over there cooking me down, you know, trying to argue with me and do all this shit. And I'm like, girl, I'm not talking to you. I'm not even here. I'm here because Tasha K is putting out information about Ra Ali, and she was just in regards to, you know, her relationship with Nikki. Basically, Tasha K is alleging that Ra Ali does not fool with Nikki anymore because Ra Ali was using Nikki's name, trying to pitch TV shows and podcast deals, and saying that, you know, if they book and pay Ra, they will get Nikki. Nikki has since then unfollowed her and ain't been cool with her since. Okay. Tasha K is also the same person that put out the thing about the stylist stealing from Nikki. Ra Ali then went to try to debunk that and writes up a post about how that stylist is going to be suing Tasha K. Tasha K then posts receipts that Nikki, from her mouth, told her what was going on with that stylist. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, well, Ra Ali, why would you post this stylist against Nikki? Because basically that's what you're doing. And why don't you have the information directly from you are a blogger, right? Why is Nicki Minaj sending and speaking directly to Tasha K and not you? And then you look like you're defending the thieving stylist. What's the tea, Ra? So let's get into a little bit of that. Let's get into a little bit of that. Let's get into it. Are you guys still with me? Hold on. Let's see if we can really get into it. Because you know we have the receipts. And I have the receipt for that. I convinced Nikki to do a feature with her.
It's on X. It's on Voice? Yeah, it's on X. YouTube lady over there lying again before I'm on my oil of oregano though. Speaker, I'm adding some people as this. Invite to co-host. Okay. All right, so real quick, y'all. I'm just trying to figure out, and this is gonna be a really, really quick space. So
Hello.
hey, can you hear me?
Yes. How you doing, Miss Tasha?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Blessed and highly favored.
Okay, good. Well, give me a second. Let me
Go
say
ahead,
my
love.
piece and then I'll let y'all get on it, okay? I don't know if y'all know, like Nikki unfollowed Raw a minute ago, okay? That's not for me to tell. I'm sure that whenever, you know, the time is right, Nikki will come say something. But when I put out knowing that both of us are associated, you know, with Nikki, and I'm associated with all the celebrities, and when they send me their stuff, I post it, okay? Whether I agree or disagree, it's my job to get y'all to wine. But my thing is, like, Nikki, Raw has been allowing Nikki to ride her back for years. For years. She's been fighting for this lady. She's been on every single podcast, you know, talking shit for this lady. But the moment I put out a receipt stating that, backing up what Nikki is saying about people using her American Express, then you want to post the person on your page calling me that YouTube lady. Let me get up. Hold on. Let me get up. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Because I really got a bone to pick. Then you want to post calling me that YouTube lady is lying again. Yes. Okay, I'm not gonna be as loud. I promise. Okay. Then you want to call me that YouTube lady, and you want to post DeAndre's cease and desist because you and DeAndre are still cool. So I bet you was a little shocked too, Ra, when I got that information because you're no longer talking to Nikki, so you didn't know. So you and DeAndre sitting up kikiing, you don't know that he hitting the lady as well as various other ladies like Tamar Braxton. Okay, it's been alleged. We interviewed a lady today on YouTube. Y'all need to go check her out. She said that was the first time he had ever gotten caught stealing out of her boutique and Zara next door. We pulled a full background report on this man who has several different aliases. Okay. And then you want to post talking about, oh, that YouTube lady over there lying again before you even check. Because you too big to get your wide back ass up off the couch to go and check to see what the fuck I have. And you know I talked to that. You know I talked to Nikki. So I don't even know why you up over there like posting shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Posting shit as if like you trying to somehow make it seem like I'm lying or something like that.
Okay. And so this is what Ra Ali posted on Instagram. And this is what got Tasha K hot. Okay. It's on site. DeAndre Tristan, celebrity stylist DeAndre Tristan takes legal action against that woman from YouTube after she allegedly claimed he stole from Nicki Minaj and made false criminal accusations online. Dear blank, they watered it out. I mean, they blocked it out. We represent DeAndre Tristan. We write with urgency to address your defamatory and unlawful conduct and serve a first and final warning of the severe legal consequences that will follow unless you immediately retract your false statements and issue a public apology to Mr. Tristan. Okay? So then Tasha K came back and she had posted, where is the receipt? Let me see. Tasha K came back and posted. Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. I thought I had it. Oh, here it is. And so this would make Raleigh look dumb as hell to me. Tasha K then came back and posted a text message in DM from Nicki Minaj. DeAndre's been stealing. I filed a report in Cali a couple weeks ago, so it looks like he's not the only one that's been stealing money. A doctor was caught red-handed today as well. DeAndre Tristan stylist equals thief. Report filed. Nicki wrote that to Tasha K. So Tasha K says, alleged thief DeAndre Tristan and linebacker Raleigh sip on this. And DeAndre Tristan, check out my latest YouTube video on a woman that said you scammed her at Zara back in 2008. Oh, and wait for me to post your criminal history. Yes, I wiped my whole from the front to the back with that alleged cease and desist. Signed the loud woman from YouTube. So my thing is, Ra Ali, why did you not know this information? Why is Nicki Minaj talking to Tasha K and not you? And why, Ra Ali, would you go and try to almost post against what Nicki said happened to her? So they're going back and forth. Ra Ali recently did a messy live where she was trying to seemingly address Tasha K, but she threw Funky Dineva up there to be messy. Funky Dineva, you guys know, I don't think Ra Ali really knows Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva is very set in his ways. So Funky Dineva will make you look a damn fool because he's like, girl, you called me up here. I don't know what you called me up here for. But you know, I'm here, but he's not gonna go along to get along. He's very like, this what I do, and either I like it or I don't, but girl, I'm not. He's very like this. And so, but I think she thought that he was going to be up there a little bit more messy, and she could lead, and he would try to lead her into steer her into answering messy questions. But he was just kind of like, "I'm up here. What you want to do? I don't mind, but girl, you want me to get into some mess." She was bringing up Claudia Jordan. She was bringing up Milagro Grams, act like she didn't know who Claudia was. Raleigh's full of shit. But then she seemingly responded to Tasha K. So let's hear what was said. Hold on, let me pull it up. Hold on. No, that's not the right one.
Above, excuse me. I believe Ra is above the love and hip hop type of reality TV. Although she was phenomenal on it during her time, she was the first to call Yandy out for who she truly was. Yeah, and I think that when you take the I don't even want to say take the high road because it's not. I'm always going to do what it is that I want to do. I feel like when you don't have anything for a situation, which I'm not even talking about her, this is about the lady ultimately from YouTube being upset that I don't say her name. She wants me to say her name. And because I don't, she gets very angry and she calls me names, and that doesn't upset me. It really, really, truly doesn't. I mean, I had a dad in my life. My dad passed away in July, but my dad raised me from birth. He was there from the beginning. So I don't have a problem with needing to feel seen. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that type of dynamic. So sometimes that works with people, but I'm not one of those people that, feels triggered by, you could say whatever to me. I don't actually mind. And I'm not going to even be ghetto about it and be like, I don't give a F. It's not that. I truly don't mind. As long as my life dynamic doesn't change, and I mean this, and my lifestyle is good and my children are healthy and I'm prosperous, I really don't mind. But I do choose to take the high road now because I've spent so much time in my life being a reactor and allowing people to kind of like put me in situations that I didn't find to be admirable after the fact.
Okay. And so she also kind of addressed her relationship with Nicki Minaj. Let's get into that. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. We're going to get into her addressing her relationship with Nicki Minaj very slightly.
Like steak, and it's a joke, but what happened was that the lady from YouTube, she posted the person that is being accused of stealing, but in the same caption she wrote to me, now how about that, bitch, like as if she was showing her receipts. But she knows the structure of how the internet works, so she knows just writing my name in a caption, even though she's not saying anything about me, that's not what she's saying. She knows that it's going to be pulled that way. So, but yeah, but then she said I stole Papa Bear's food, and I'm a big bag, and I've been still eating all his food, and that's
Okay, so
what she's.
I'm confused. Are y'all not friends anymore? Are y'all friends? Y'all not talking no
Who?
more? You and Nicki Minaj.
I have not spoken to her. I have not spoken to her. There's no. Let me look at the camera so when you pull this.
Mm.
There is no scenario in the world in which I'm reaching out to her and it can't reach her because she's not speaking to me.
Okay.
And you can pull this if you like, and we could go on a tangent, and it can be what it is. There is no scenario. I am not a fan of my friends. I respect my friends and we have mutual respect. And when the respect is not mutual, then I handle it accordingly. But I'm not a groupie and a fan like some of the other people that feel honored to receive a message. That's not the dynamic that we have. So there is no scenario in which I'm trying to reach her and can't. That's where we differ.
How do y'all know each other? Y'all went to high school together?
No.
So it's sounding like for me, Rod, because Rod said basically you're not talking to Nicki and you're making it seem like what I got from that is you're not talking to Nicki on your own accord because you feel like Nicki Minaj disrespected you. And it's not a situation where Nicki has decided that she's changed her number, blocked you, and not talking to you. You're choosing not to talk to her. If you wanted to call her, you could call her, but she had you so fucked up that the respect is no longer mutual and you're not a fan and you're not going to kiss her motherfucking ass. That's what that said to me. That's what I got. Ra Ali has insinuated that Nicki Minaj has her done. And there's never a day that if she felt like she couldn't reach out, she wouldn't. But she's choosing not to reach out. And if she wanted to reach out, she could and they would talk. It's not a situation. And she looked straight into the camera and said, don't you ever think that this is a situation where I'm trying to talk to her and my phone calls ain't getting answered. I'm not wanting to talk to that. That's what that's giving me. So, yeah. The girls might want to get in on that and girl, she was kind of talking with her chest on that. That's some tea. Now, coming close. Because then after this, I got to go. So, I got some tea. A little birdie came in. And I got the tea on Tyla and Young Miami. Yes. So apparently, Tyla has a song called Put Me in Chanel. Okay. And she allegedly stole it from Young Miami. Okay. Young Miami says, Young Miami accuses Tyla of stealing her song with the release of Chanel in a series of tweets. This is what she said. This girl really ran off with my song, and I don't know how to feel about it. Mind you, I played this song for this girl. Like, I'm confused. Take me to Chanel, put me in Chanel as much. Take me to Chanel is better than put me in Chanel. PSA is Tyla. She has a new song called Chanel. The chorus is put me in Chanel, put me in Chanel. Let's talk about it. Retweet it. Okay. Now, let's see. Tyla. Hold on. Let me change this. Tyla is promoting the song Unbothered. She was promoting the song, Chanel, wah, wah, wah. Like, girl, it is what it is. I don't care what she talking about. Why these people is dragging me, we're promoting my music. And it comes out, well, I think it came out Friday, today. And so they don't want to really post it. No, it comes out October 24th. So here's the tea. Let's hear. Can you guys hear that? Put me in Chanel. You guys heard that? So here's the scoop I got. Are you guys listening? So apparently, hold on. It all started back in 2024. at the BET Hip Hop Awards. This is what my source is saying. Now, there was a Trina tribute happening. Young Miami was there performing with Trina. And Travis Scott was being honored at the BET Hip Hop Awards. Okay, so let me show you. And you guess who was presenting him the award? Well, his label mate, Tyla. Okay, so let's see if we can pull just a little bit. We can't play it because you guys obviously know why. But
you can go wherever you want to go.
So here's Travis Scott at the award show. And you see right in the corner, that's Tiana Taylor and Tyla. I don't know if you can see a better picture of them.
First,
no, it's just going to show him. Well, he was at the, oh, there they go, right there. So there's Tyla, Tiana Taylor, Travis Scott. Okay. They're at the award show. He's getting honored, right? So we're going to follow me now. I'm just giving you guys the receipts first so you guys understand what's going on. And then here's Young Miami performing with Trina at the same award show. Okay. So they were all there at the BET Hip Hop Awards back in 2024. This is what my source is saying, okay? And so apparently, after the award show, Travis Scott then has an after party, invites Young Miami, invites Tyla. They're all there. It's a bunch of managers and my source is there. It's a lot of people there, just kind of chilling in the background. And so everybody is saying like, well, you know, what you got coming out? Like what music, what, you know, everybody's just kind of doing their artist thing, like what you got going on. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. And Tyla is asking Young Miami, like, you know, what do you got coming out? Like, what's going on? And apparently Young Miami said, well, I'm working on a song called, you know, Take Me to Chanel. This is what the source said. And they're there. And they said, well, play a little bit of it. And I guess apparently she was a little hesitant to play some, but then she ended up playing some of the record. And then everybody in the room was like, this is a hit when she was playing it. Apparently, Tyla was saying, well, what are you saying in the record? Like, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying? Like, play it. Because before, I guess it got played, they was like, well, what is that record? Like, what is Take Me to Chanel? Like, what are you saying in it? And so that's when apparently she played the record. Travis Scott immediately says, this record is a hit. Send me the record. According to my source, Young Miami says, I'm not sending you the record. This is my song. And Tyla was there like, oh, listen, I really love the song. Let's play it again. And she's winding her hips. And then Young Miami was like, well, I don't really know how to like twerk and stuff. I can wind a little bit. I'll wind and play with you a little bit. So they playing the song. Apparently, they played it over and over. And Tyla's winding her hips, twerking, and Young Miami's in there trying to figure it out. They were all in the back. And the whole night, they was going to Chanel. Travis Scott is in there. Everybody's feeling good. Fast forward. They've taken the song, and that was called Put Me in Chanel. Tyla's winding. And guess whose voice is the undertrack? You guessed it. Travis Scott. He's the ad-libs on the record. So allegedly, according to my source, they had bamboozled and swindled the Chanel record from underneath Young Miami because Travis Scott wanted that record when he heard it at the after party. Tyla was trying to figure out how she was delivering the record. They were dancing to the record. Everyone thought that the record was a hit. Tyla and Travis Scott are label mates. They did a collaboration and took the record. What a dirty, nasty, uppity African that was. And now Tyla's acting unbothered. But you know, Tyla has never been the same since we called her out for being an uppity African. She's a nasty, nasty woman. Nasty, nasty, nasty woman for that. That's some nasty ass work. Very nasty. And you can't, you will not prosper in America like that. And Tyla, that song is trash. That's nasty work. And people were saying, well, Young Miami, well, why didn't you put the record out? I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, this is my theory. I feel like when she promoted the record, she should have put it out. But at the same time, the video and the visual was attached to Diddy. Then all the Diddy stuff happened. Then she ran into a lot of stuff controversial-wise with her, with the Diddy stuff. I just think that the record didn't get a fair chance because that record kind of simultaneously was leaked to Diddy, and Young Miami was in a place where the general public wasn't really with her like that. And so it was so much Diddy news around it, she couldn't even really release. Remember, I told you, word on the curb was there was supposed to be a documentary with VH1 that was getting released, and they pulled back on that too. That's why it heard through the streets. So I don't know. I think that she probably didn't release it because there wasn't a safe climate for her to actually release. Was it BET? VH1? It was something like that. Somebody said, I don't know, y'all be picking on Tyla. Picking on Tyla for her stealing someone else's damn record? Are you bitches dumb? Picking on Tyla when she thinks she's going to come to America and have a pregnant Haley Bailey hold her damn award? Bitch, are you dumb? Well, you go and fan Tyla's ass and feed her grapes then, nigga. Not us, not I, not me. You go and run her bathwater, nigga. Since you feel so inclined and you feel so bad, you go be her house nigga and let her steal from you. It's like, girl, what? Are you dumb? So yeah. Tyla has an interesting disposition about her, and she's entitled. And she stole that woman's song. But you know what? This is a nasty industry. It's a nasty game. And, you know, Travis Scott, Tyla, they probably have a little bit more backing, a lot more support because they're signed to a major label. And so, girl, I don't know what Young Miami has behind her or what kind of deal she's got going on, but it was easy to kind of shift the song, you know, from under her. While it doesn't sound the same, it's a similar concept a little bit. And at least I feel like they've gotten it from her. And the way that Tyla is like bragging about it, and for Young Miami to be online, and according to my source, that was there in the room, that actually happened. So I believe it happened that way. And you guys know I wouldn't tell you something that I don't fully believe. You guys never believe me until it comes out, but I'm telling you what happened. And if you know me, I never lie and I'm never wrong. So it's a nasty game. It's a nasty game. It's a nasty game that the industry plays, but next time she'll probably put the record out and probably never show anyone her music again. So yeah, that was the tea. She played her song. for them at the after party. They liked the song. They wanted the song. She didn't want to give the song up, so they created their version of the song and they put it out. That's what happened. So yeah, child. So let's take a couple calls, and I do mean a couple because we're over time. Hold on, and let me know what you guys think. Okay, CJ, what's going on? Talk to me.
Hey, Armand.
Hey.
So I'm thinking. First of all, I saw somebody say uppity cotton.
Okay, turn me down in the back. Turn me down in the back.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. So I saw somebody saw uppity cotton.
Okay, Jay, talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to come on here and say a few things. I've been watching since the Diddy stuff. Actually, no, before the Diddy stuff, before he was covering the cupcake and Sukiyana Beat 2020.
Okay. 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 I'm with you. I'm with you.
So this is what I was gonna say. I just thought I was to the black women thing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's like a black woman problem. I feel like it's a black community problem. Not saying you said it was a black woman problem. I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
black community problem because as a feminine gay man, I feel like that a lot of times when I'm with black women and black women, I want some of my friends. Like I'm 20, so I've been in high school. I've been fighting for my women friends and stuff. They had me fight their boyfriends, fight their friends, and all this other stuff. I stand up for them. But when as soon as we fall out, you know what? I'm a
Mm-hmm.
punk. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
man in a wig. I take stuff up my
Mm-hmm.
booty. Blah 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 blah. Blah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel like
I
I
thought you
have
were a
gotten more
woman.
respect
I
for
thought
men
you
than
were
I
a
do
black
black
woman at
women
first.
when it
I ain't
comes to
gonna
being
lie.
homophobe,
Can you hear
when it comes to
me?
being gay, because I feel
Oh,
like
can
with
you
black
hold on, you talking too much. Can you hear me?
other men,
Is she listening? Can y'all hear me? Can they hear me?
also they
Hello?
always say that
Okay. Can she hold on?
we're pushing an
Hello?
agenda. Well, girl, take that MCM bag out your closet. Take that Michael
Okay.
Kors bag out your
Hello?
closet. Take that Telfar
Hello?
bag off your closet. Take
Hello?
that Balenciaga bag off your closet. We
Hello?
are what style, y'all.
Can you hear
We are
me?
the things that are in your closet. You're saying gay people are pushing an agenda. Well, then take
Hello?
all of our fashions off, and you'll be left there in a ball cap and a wig with no
Oh,
lashes, baby.
okay. Hello?
Nothing in your closet. That's how I
Hello?
feel about that.
Did you
That's
hear
all I
me?
wanted to say. But thank you.
Hello? J- okay. Well, he said what he said. um, let's try to see. Hello?
All right, can you hear me? I'm sorry, I'm
Can you
tripping.
hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, he just went on a tangent. God damn, I'm sorry on the behalf of the black women of the world. Okay, look, I just want to hop in and just say something along the lines of just Tyla and Young Miami. I wish she would have dropped it. That song is she would have took over, but she just waited too long. I think it's just the Diddy stuff. She was just in her feelings about it, or either she was waiting on his budget. Cause I ain't seen no nigga do her like Diddy done did. Excuse
Mm.
my French. That's just me, keeping it real. But I think she was waiting on that budget, and with him getting them years, it's done.
Mm. What do you think about
And
Tyler
yep, that's
though?
all I gotta
Stealing
say.
that. What do you think about
Oh,
Tyler stealing that though? Because people are saying we're being mean to her. Don't do you think that she should have stole that?
I mean, honestly, it's a nasty game. These girls put on
Mm.
that, ooh, I'm girls, my home, no. Mm-mm. So Young Miami probably didn't think nothing of it, thinking that they in two different lanes. But she should have realized that this girl trying to come over here. She couldn't make it
Yes.
over there, so now she
Yes.
over here. So that probably gagged her a little bit. Like, hold on now, girl, what do you even know? Cause Chanel don't even give Tyler. Tyler give me hobo clothes, cut up, ripped up, thrift this. You know, nothing wrong with the thrift girls, but she never gave me Chanel. So
No.
two different lanes.
Thank you. All right. Indiana Trailblazer.
Oh my God, what's up, Armand? I love
Hey, talk
you.
to me.
Yeah, so real quick, I really just had one question for you. Um, but before I get to that, I just want to say, from me, my perspective is two cloud chasers going at each other, Young
Mm.
Miami and Tyla. Because Tyla, her last album didn't really sell like that, so she needs the
Mm-hmm.
clout. Young Miami, her man's in jail, but she knows she's been waiting just for that to go away, especially with Diddy almost about to come out of jail and they're about to have, based off of what you were saying, a promotion in Florida specifically. But either way, my question is Tyla or Young Miami? I really want to know. Like, but one or the other, or just throw both of them away?
Well, I don't really get into Tyler like that because I just don't like her disposition.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I mean, she stole, so I would go Young Miami because why would you steal the
Mm.
song? I don't like that kind of character flaw. And then you already think that you're better than, and you trying to come over here.
Right. It's morals, ethics, and values. I respect it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I appreciate it. Love you, love you, love
Thank
you.
you.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. JR, talk to me.
Can
Junior.
you hear me?
Yes.
Hey Armand, I just want to say I'm a huge fan. I love
Thank
watching your
you.
videos, you know what I'm saying? But
Period. Talk to me.
about Tyla, I can separate the art from the artist. I love her music, but I don't know. She's like very slimy. She doesn't know how to work her
Yes.
way around. And it was just like if you wanted to get on the record, you could probably just collaborate with her, you know? But
But to steal her song after at at an after party is some nasty work.
I mean, I don't even know how to feel about that, but it's whatever. But I just wanted to give you your props on speaking on the gay community, because I feel like a lot of people don't really see like the behind the scenes of what we really go through. And
Yes.
just hearing you talk about that, I just like really made me smile today. But
I'm always gonna be
yeah,
here for my people. Yes.
definitely, I love you. Have a good night and thank you
You
for having me
too.
on here.
Bye. All right, Sam, talk to me.
Oh my God. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. So I love your content
Thank
and
you.
you are a really good looking man. I just had to say
Thank
that.
you. Oh,
Okay.
period, Sam. I'll take it.
I just wanted to say about the Tyla Caresha situation. Like, stealing is stealing, period. So, like, whether you like Caresha or not, like, that just wasn't cool. And I'm also not the biggest Tyla fan, to be honest. So I might be a little biased, but stealing is stealing.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
all
I
I got.
think so too. But then Travis Scott, you were in on it too because you're on the record.
Yes, he is on the record. Yeah.
And
But
then
at
I
the
showed you the receipts. They were all at the party. So I'm not lying. I'm not making this up.
you would never lie. Never.
No, never.
That's all I got for you, boo. I'm
All
so
right, thanks,
happy.
boo. Thank you. Okay, Demiria, let Demira. Hey, talk to me.
Hey.
What's going on?
First of all, I love my LGBT community. Okay, I love my people. I love my boys. But this whole Tyler situation, we don't care about it. We don't care about Tyler. We don't care about what she got going on.
Okay.
Like we don't care about her. She stole from Carisha. Give it to Carisha. That's it. That's all. Let's move on.
Yeah. Period. Thank you. Let's keep it moving. I love you guys coming in hot and ready and straight to the point. Palm Butter, what's going on? Talk to me.
Hey Armand.
Hey.
Yeah, so in regards to the Tyla and Carisha situation, I just think that this was a negative move for Tyla because I'm African, like my first generation African, and
Mm.
I think it speaks to like the bigger breakdown of what we're seeing in like the diaspora wars with how Africans and Black Americans are separating their identities and the thing with Africans, and we borrow from each other's cultures, right?
Yes,
But
speaking to
when
the
you
mic. Speaking to the mic.
Okay. We borrow from each other's cultures, right?
Uh-huh.
But Black American culture is huge all around the world, and especially in Africa. And if you want to come into and break into the Black American culture and take from it, and literally like you're literally stealing Carisha's. Although Chanel is a popular brand, I get it. You're still kind of stealing that swag that like Carisha and City Girls, they started the whole period, city girl culture, and you're writing off of that just in saying put me in Chanel has a song topic. So even though it's not word for word and you can't legally be held liable for stealing it, it is stealing, and it just would have been a better look. It
Can
just
you
adds.
clarify what you said? A lot of people, women in the chat, are saying that they've never borrowed from Africans. What do you mean? What do
I
you
mean,
mean
yeah,
by
I
that?
mean, I mean, let's be real. Like even like one dance, like there's we see the Afrobeat wave in Black American in hip hop music. We can't deny
I don't know
that.
if I feel like I borrow from Africans. I feel like Africans want to be American. I feel like Africans want to be accepted by Americans. I don't
I
know.
do. I think, and then you know what? I don't even. I think it's
I
a.
feel like they try to adapt American culture. Everybody wants to have hip hop culture in their country. Everybody wants to be Americanized. That's what I feel. They
I
borrow
can.
from us.
I can agree with that, but let's not. I mean, we see like Beyonce did "Black Is King." Sierra just dropped that song "Low" that obviously is inspired by African, Afrobeat songs and tunes. We do see that.
Yeah, but I
With
don't think there's anything wrong with like showing respect and paying homage
Yeah.
to,
And
the
I'm not saying they're
motherland.
stealing necessarily. I'm not even trying to make that a negative. I just think I agree with the sentiment that if you're trying to break into the American market and there's already that tone with her of the uppity African, like you said, and I just hate that because I don't want it to reflect and further create a divide between Africans and Black Americans. So I just think it's another bad look for her. I agree with that. And that's from coming from somebody that loves her music.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. And what did you think about the Snoop Dogg situation?
I we all know Snoop Dogg is kind of just he does that for his brand. He's not really doing that to be an ally cuz we already heard his comments before and how he spoke about gay representation on kids shows, and because of that, that's why he's even doing this, not because of the Black LGBT community, but really because of the white community that is rejecting him because of those comments. So I
Mm.
agree with you that it would have been more powerful for him and TS Madison to link up, and but nobody has that in mind because how is that going to help his brand and help him make money?
Thanks,
That's
Boo. You
Yep.
ate
Thank
that
you.
out.
Thank
Stay close by. Okay, Kyle, talk to me.
Hey,
Hey.
Armana. How's it going? I'm calling from
Good.
Harlem. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to comment on the Snoop thing. There's a lot of misconceptions. Snoop actually, and you didn't say anything about this, but it's just online. Snoop actually didn't make any homophobic comments. His grandson, I believe, asked him a question in a movie theater about a same-sex couple in a movie. And Snoop said he was high and he just was thrown off by that question. He just didn't want to address it. Then the media, like, they always rage bait it and say that he was homophobic and it was twisted and contorted. But I do agree with you in terms of maybe he should have sat down with T.S. Madison. I didn't think of that. But I just think that it's crazy how like people really feed into like they'll see like the headline of an article that is just baiting them and they won't actually read the whole article. And Snoop actually never said anything derogatory towards the gay community at all. So I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, but I think it was the idea. I just want to pull it up because I don't even want to guess what he said.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg reps says coming to Jersey will go to the okay. Well, let me see what he said. However, okay, last week Jen Jews they're like she had a baby with another woman. Snoop recalled on the podcast, which appeared to be removed his comments. Okay, well, my grandson is in the middle of the movie, and he's like, "Papa Snoop, how's she having a baby with another woman? She's a woman."
Right.
Oh shit! I didn't come for this. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Snoop said he tried telling his grandson, "Hey man, just watch the movie," but that he just kept firing questions. They just said she had a baby. They're both women. How does she have a baby? It
Right.
effed me up. I'm like scared. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids. We have to show that at this age. They're going to ask questions. That's the problem.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, but I think that he was, Snoop is not the most eloquent. I think he was just trying to lean in towards the like, hey, like my kids, I want his parents to sort of address that. But if you actually heard the clip of him talking about
I
it,
did hear the
he
clip, but
was
we
just
read
trying
it.
to be
I mean, but we
funny. You
read
know what
it.
I'm saying?
But that
Yeah.
but that's still that's a homophobic undertone. It's like we don't want to see this in the movie. I'm at a movie. Y'all putting me in the middle of something. What is being in the middle of? Because there was a woman, two women having a baby.
No. So when he said y'all are putting me in the middle of something, it was when the people were asking him that question, and he was just trying to turn it into a joke. I'm not pacifying it. I'm not saying whatever, but I'm just saying that we have to be careful when we like read articles or like I mean not read articles, but like look at the actual just captions, and that's what people do on like different blog websites. They just put a caption and put a person's whatever, and then people run with stuff because they don't actually read the article. So, like my experience from watching the clip, I think he was just trying to be funny, and it didn't land correctly, or people took offense to it. But like, yeah, it wasn't a good PR move. Maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut, whatever. But it was definitely taken further. So I guess he's just trying to do damage control by working with Glad, which, like I said, I don't think that's great either. But like,
37
I
new
just want to say that
emails, 3 new client requests buried between newsletters, 2
it
hot
was
leads that
blown outside of proportion. Sorry about that.
Hold on.
Oh, that was you. Okay. Hello?
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, did you hear the audio from the video?
Oh no, I couldn't hear it from my maybe
Okay.
because I'm on the StreamYard, but
Hold on. Oh, y'all can't hear the audio? Okay, let me play it right now. Let's hear this.
So it's like, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of that I don't have an answer for.
the moment was almost
So he definitely said y'all throwing me in the middle of it that I don't have an answer
yeah,
for. But you said he
but
didn't say that. But he did
no.
say that.
So I think that the tone was taken out of like proportion. He was trying to make a joke that I don't feel like landed well, but I don't think it was coming from like a homophobic place. I think it was coming from more of a place like, hey, I don't want to get in the middle of it. I don't want to answer this question. Like, go to your mother or your father and ask them that. Like, I'm just trying to watch a kiddie movie with you. That's what he was
Yes,
trying to
we
say.
have to show that at this age, like
That part.
they're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
We have to show that at this age. What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, but Armand, I agree with you as an LGBT person, but
No, you're
Snoop
just
is
saying that
from.
he didn't say it like that. I'm just trying to find out because we're
No,
listening.
I'm
He
trying to
definitely said it like
connect the
that.
Armand. I'm trying to
And this
connect the
was not a
dots.
joke.
Like his tone, he's coming from the '90s. They have a different mindset in terms of like how they think. When I watched it, I didn't get like it was straight up homophobic. I just got it like he was trying to evade answering his grandson's question.
But you were saying, but when you came up here though, I get that, but you were almost insinuating people didn't hear what they heard or read what they read. It was almost like we have to do a better job about hearing what we're like people didn't hear. But he said everything that people heard, and we read everything he said. Like there wasn't any that. Now your perception of it may be totally different. That's fine, but he said what he said.
I get it, and I get how it could be, and I'm with you. Like I'm on your side as well. I'm just saying, from Snoop coming from the '90s and him being a rapper, he has a long way to go. He's not as far ahead as we are as LGBT men, but I think me personally, I think he was trying to tell a joke, and he was trying to be like, "Hey, I just came here, like I was high, I was watching a kiddie movie with my grandson. I wasn't prepared for this." But like I said, I could see how it can come off as homophobic, but I don't think that was honestly his intention. And I didn't take it that way.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. So people are saying, why is this homophobic? For me, because if you can have Sleeping Beauty, if you can have kissing frogs, kissing mermaids, they show sexuality in Disney films through our whole childhood. You've seen people having babies, birthing through our whole childhood. Okay. We've learned about sex through TV and film, cartoons through our whole childhood. Why does it have to be a thing, a joke, whatever when it comes to same sex? That's what makes it homophobic. Did he outright say, I don't want to see two lesbian or two man kissing? But I mean, using common sense, you can read between the lines and understand what that was. Anybody with a black family member, a black uncle, you understand what that kind of undertone means. And I'm not going to play semantics with you guys. You know what it means. You get what I'm saying? Now, we don't all have to interpret it the same way, but for the people saying, well, how is that homophobic? Because why do you have to show this? Why do you have to show that? Well, basically saying, why do these people need to be shown? What is the that? They weren't having sex. It was just a family that had a baby. They didn't show the birth. They didn't show the making of the baby. They showed two ladies kissing. That's regular life shit. You've seen Beauty and the Beast kiss. You've seen Princess and the Frog kiss. You've seen Jasmine and Aladdin kiss. What is the difference? So the difference is it's acceptable because it's straight. It's not acceptable because it's not normal to you. And that's fair, but just admit that that's what it is. So, because now it's all of a sudden now we're watching the kids. You don't give a damn about the kids. Well, turn the TV off in its entirety. Take the video games away. Ken and Barbie, we've been knowing Ken to be Barbie's boyfriend for decades. You've been playing house since you were a kid. Like, let's stop playing here. Okay? So, yes. But you guys can play like aloof if you want to. But I know what I know. And I know what that meant. And the majority of the world knew what that meant. And Snoop knew what that meant. And that's why he went and did what he did. Okay. Just landed in Paris. Talk to me.
Hi, love. Can you hear me okay?
Hey, yes.
I have just a quick few things to say. First and foremost, I am very much on your side when it comes to saying Vlad should not be leading this conversation because Maddie is the one that people are always going against. So, in my personal perspective, I feel like that this is their way of disengaging with Maddie and also showing that they have no respect for the LGBTQ community altogether. Because it's not just Maddie, it's also Lakia, it's also the Saucy Santanas, and it's also the Little Nas X's, right? Because they're never able to go on these platforms, even with their own celebrity, and express themselves. And the bigger problem is it's more so of people are cool with what that representation looks like in the place when it's a Law Roach or it's a, RuPaul, or it's a, when it's digestible for them, when it is a
Mhm.
background, a stylist or a hair stylist like a Tokyo, or like it's a Arrogant Tay, or it's a, you know, EJ, and that doesn't actually suit the actual narrative, or it doesn't actually help with the support of what's happening. So you're not wrong. Maddie's not wrong. The avocation of it is very stifled, and it's going to take more than just the black women to pretend that they're in support of the
Ooh,
LGBTQ
and
community.
that's where we think I want to add my part, because
Okay.
it's not just like you said, to piggyback off of that. The problem is, and not even to, discount the gentleman's feelings that was up here, but there's a lot of gays that are pick me's, and they will turn a blind eye to blatant disrespect for straight acceptance. Flame Monroe was one of them. You get
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
think it's pick me. I think that they lack self esteem and they're shameful of their sexuality.
Because it and I that could be true, but I also feel like there's a pick me energy too, especially in entertainment, because there should be more people speaking out and standing and pushing against, even glad saying, hey, we need more black representation. But guess what? They're not going to do it because there's not enough space for us in front. So, all right, Madison, you
It
go out
is
there,
when
girl.
they want somebody hair slayed.
Well, hold on, let me land. The idea is there's not enough space, there's not enough spots. So, girl,
Hmm.
I'm gonna have, Madison or Armand, you go crash out. And
Right.
I'm gonna be the one to say, Snoop Dogg wasn't being homophobic. Maybe I can get an interview with him. Maybe he'll give me a feature on a song. No, that wasn't homophobic. And then you got all the black women, all the black men saying, thank you for not being biased. Yes, you were absolutely right. Whole time. You know damn well the nigga was being homophobic. But we get a lot of that within the entertainment business. There's so many gay people that will not speak up for the community because they're afraid to lose access to straight proximity.
The passive aggressiveness. And I think one of the biggest issues is I I'm gonna vehemently say nobody's sexuality is meant for it to be acceptable for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have to restrict them down to saying, oh, I'm cool with everything else, but it stops here, then you don't really respect them as an individual. Because you can deal with them and tolerate them when it's time to get money together, when it's time for them to be creators, or when you want to push them in the spotlight or box them in for their little space in entertainment. But it's
Mm-hmm.
to a fault. So you're not wrong when you're saying the idea is it's not enough room, because we've seen the sexuality portrayed with lesbianism and the women are playing gay. They're not
Well,
really
well, well,
gay.
well, well, well. First of all, there's not enough room. Well, and I mean in hip hop culture, but there's already black people fight against each other because it's only one spot for the token black guy that came from or
That's
the token
true.
black girl, right? So then
The
you add
Stephen A. Smiths of the
LGBT.
world.
Yeah, you add
Hmm.
you add LGBTQ to it in hip hop culture. Ain't that much, it ain't that many of us that's in hip hop culture that's not under a gay umbrella, right? And you think how many now think in the commentary space, how many gay men do you see that either have their own show or are not partnered up with a woman? How many gay men are they going to bring on, a Joe Budden podcast or a straight male dominated podcast to debate hip hop? You ain't
Well,
seen that yet.
I'll
You
do
get what
you
I'm
one
saying?
better. I completely understand what you're saying, but I'll do you one better. And this is where I say that this is not just the fault of men or the hip hop culture. It's like a poisonous mind state, even with the women, because we just watched Cardi and JT both have men who have had their sexuality demonized. Both have men who have done things that, could perpetrate as feminine, right? And we like to tell people this isn't good enough for me. And it's like, if you really did feel this way or you accepted it for what it is, you wouldn't basically tell them, go do your little job and shut up. Because that's what's
Mm.
really happening. It's like, go do your little job. I don't want to see you paint your fingernails. I don't want to see you with colorful hair. I don't want to see you with piercings. I don't want to see you wear certain clothing, right? Even with Young Thug, it's like, you carried a very feminesque behavior at one point in time, but you're so vehemently
He was wearing
homophobic.
dresses, wedding
Exactly.
dresses.
And it makes no sense because it's like you're trying to say you're this way, but you're behaving this way, and then you are in denial your own self about gender fluidity. So it's a lot of lack of education, and it's a lot of bias, and it's a lot of prejudice. And just because the homophobia shows up in different ways where it's like, oh, you can be my cute little accessory, but it stops here, doesn't mean it's still not homophobia.
So, and this is, I want to go back to what this caller said, and this is what we talk about black women being homophobic. I just wish the LGBTQ would live their lives. Sometimes it feels like we have to be forced into accepting, agreeing something we necessarily don't want to. Love who you love and let it be that. That was an ignorant ass statement. Now that would just me. That's just like me saying I wish black women would stop bitching and complaining about what they don't have and how they're just so disrespected and just live your life and accept what's given to you because society is not here to give you what you want.
No, I'll do
That's
you one
crazy.
better. All you have to do for this particular comment, all you have to do is replace it with black women and white women when it comes to a black man. That
Right.
particular comment reads that
Ooh,
same way. And
ooh.
so it's
I
like,
wish black women would stop worrying about these successful black
hello?
men being with white women.
Hello? Go ahead and say
Wow.
it. Finish it. Because
Well, I
that's
don't
what
know
it
it.
is. It's like, no, so the truth is, it's you cannot tell people what works for them. And when you get in your ignorance, right, and you say, hey, I support you, but then you really don't support them.
Mm. You
I
had kind of
support
ate
black
that. You had
men,
kind of
straight
ate
or
that up
gay.
with the. You kind of ate that up with the black women and white men. I mean, and
Mhm.
white women
Because
because
I genuinely support black men, straight or gay, because you guys are still men. It doesn't matter how you present. I have a reverence for black men. So I can't pick and choose. Oh, I don't support this black man who date white women. No, I may not agree with interracial relationships in totality. But if a black man is being loved, if a black man is being respected and honored and he's being taken care of, I love that for that black
mm,
man.
mm.
Bottom line. And that's why we got to stop differentiating. We have
Let's
to
add some
stop
people up here.
separating them.
Okay, we're gonna add a couple of people up here and see what they got to say. Do you want to cam up?
Oh, baby. Hold on. Let me see.
We'll
I'm
see.
in the
Okay.
dark.
Okay, well, you don't got to because I'm gonna wrap it. But okay, if she come back, did anybody have anything to say that they want to come on? I'm trying to get y'all all in here.
Can you hear
That
me?
lady, you put it down really well. That was a really you put that down really well. You were very well spoken with that. And Armand, I have to say earlier, the first segment of the show where you're talking about being the token black person or sorry, black
Hmm.
gay person and all that. That was such a different perspective. I really, really appreciated you sharing that with us. And I just hope that it didn't just hit home for me. I hope that
Well,
changed
what did
everyone
you mean?
else's
Because I
perspective.
don't think what it would say what I said because I don't. I said a lot.
Oh, when you were just talking about that video of that black woman saying that black women are homophobic, and then how she kind of just broke it down, how
Hmm.
it's and then you brought up like growing up in the church, and then black women only accepting gay men when they're a key, and like you just said, it's like you said, I'm like meet my show right now, like you guys like me when I'm when we're dragging Nicki Minaj and we're talking about all these other things, but like I have personal issues as well as a gay
Yes.
black man, and those need to be spoken about. So I really appreciated that.
Thank you.
Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
And we love
Yes. Yeah.
you. I love you.
Yes. But so Paris was getting dragged, and because Paris, how did you feel about getting dragged over those statements today?
I think that there needs to be a follow up video. And I think that there needs to be a little bit more elaboration because what I realized is black women are above reproach. And what they
Mm.
took that as was I'm attacking black women instead of just saying, hey, you guys are trying to make your intention equal to your impact. And what you're doing in the midst of it, you're discounting gay black men's experiences. Because if a gay black man has said what I said, if Funky Dineva, if Kinga Reeds, it really don't matter who the black man was that was gay that said. It could have been Jonathan. It really don't matter. Had they said what I said, it would have been you hate women, you still have
Oh,
internalized
absolutely.
misogyny.
Oh,
It would have
absolutely.
been
Oh,
you don't
absolutely.
respect black women. It would have been so much. But see, this is the time where you can't call me a pick me Because if it was a straight black man, it's a different story. But because it's a gay black man, you can't call me a pick me. You have to deflect. And the deflection is, oh, I really don't feel that way, or I don't do that. But it's like, why do you feel like you don't do that? But if gay black men are saying this is my experience, then what makes you think you're above their experience? Because if we was telling you black men were dogging you out, they were leaving you with these babies high and dry, you
We
would
would
be
be
so passionate
disrespectful.
about it.
Yes, they'd be so passionate about it. Talk, Paris, talk.
So I
Talk.
really have to. I hate that I even doubted back and I didn't come with as much passion as I normally did. But I'm happy that even with that, like me not being super cocky or super arrogant in my delivery or, like overbearing in my delivery, it still triggered them because the truth is we do mistreat y'all. And I'm even
Mm.
saying that as saying unlearning on my own bad behavior. You get what I'm saying? I ain't always been where I'm at now mentally with learning to be a better person to black men.
Mm-hmm.
So just simply being a better person to y'all, like simply saying, hey, you are a man, you are of me, I love you. Show
And
up
look,
as
and
you
look,
are. That is
you
good
have
enough for
people,
me.
look, you even have people leaving. Good night, y'all. I can't sit. They don't want to hear even
Mhm.
the numbers drop because you know why? We're talking about gay, right? Now, if
Right.
this was about how niggas ain't nothing and protect black women at all costs, it'd be yeses all in through the
You hear
chat.
me? Because the truth of the matter is, we do pacify black women. I'm pacified. I'm coddled in a lot of different ways. Society is not going to be able to tell me no because roar, if something needs fixing, here comes big but bad black women. You get what I'm saying? It's like black women have the agency of saying we're always there for gays. We're always there to show up for gays with money or whatever you guys are putting on. But the truth of the matter is, that's only because internally the ignorance says you don't threaten me, which is why you can have a Alonzo on a covering a hair space or a Cliff B covering a hair space the way that they cover it, because truthfully, you don't feel like a Saucy Santana who can write, who is just as great as you, or Candy who can write, who is just as great as you, is a threat to you. So you stifle them by putting them in a box to saying, hey, you can stand beside me or you can stand behind me, but you
Behind
can't
me.
stand in front of me.
Mm. This woman right here says she does not like you. I would like her to come up here and tell
That's
us why you
okay.
don't like her.
That's okay.
If you
And
don't like,
even I had to dial back and talk to Maddie. I had a personal conversation with Maddie because my cousin, my gay cousin I grew up with, he felt very hurt by my sentiments with the trans woman's video. But I need, like I had to go and talk to Maddie and have an understanding with Maddie, like, even though me and you don't feel this way, there are people in the trans community that are a threat to me in my womanhood, even though you don't feel that way. But it does take for us to connect together to say, okay, from this perspective, this is what cis women are feeling. From this perspective, this is where trans and gay people are coming from. But being a lesbian, being a femme, being a stud, being a dyke has never been a hindrance to women in no regard, because not only do they benefit off of patriarchy, men accept gayness in women because it's not a threat to men. So typically
oh,
speaking, men do deal with gay stuff. Men actually ally and support gay.
they
They
actually
don't want
love
to say
gay
it.
stuff.
They don't want to say it, but they ally and they support gay. They just selective with it because when it comes to other men, they that's that testosterone, that's that ego. But truthfully speaking, men support gay more than women do, because you ask a school of women, would you date a bisexual man? They'll tell you no.
But you ask the man, do he want to do a threesome tonight? He's grinning from ear to ear.
You hear me? So the support is there when it comes to men. It's not there when it comes to women.
Wow. Shalia, what's going on? Sheila.
It's Sheila. Yeah. No, I'm just so shocked. You guys are saying the numbers dropped. I can't see it because I'm on the stream. Can y'all hear
Well,
me?
we've been also been here for 2 hours. But come on, go ahead, get to it.
That part. No, I'm enjoying this. Am I the only one left in here in the studio?
Okay, you're not ready. Okay, come on, get to the point. Palm butter, let's go.
Shut up. Who, who's
Hello?
he? I'm on. Can you?
10 and
Sorry, my
8.
boyfriend was in the back.
Thank you. Give me a second, Jay.
Hey, Armand, I couldn't hear
Hey.
you before. I was talking to you about the Telfar bags and stuff.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
So I
okay.
didn't know you couldn't hear me.
No, I heard
But
you. I heard you. I heard you. I heard you. You don't gotta
no,
say what you
I'm sorry, I
heard.
couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay.
So this is what I was saying. I agree with everything she was saying, but the point I was trying to make was, as black gay men, period, and just like she hit it on the head, we don't get the same respect that lesbian women do, or women, or women, are men, period. Women, black women are one of the most people that I've faced discrimination from. Period. They villainize them being a woman
Mm,
to spew homophobia. When you say something back, oh, you don't talk to a woman like that. You a man. Remember, you a man. You're not supposed to be talking to a woman like that. I don't care if you got wigs and lashes and nails on. You a man. You're not supposed to be talking to me like that. As soon as you say something back to an ignorant comment they made, they weaponize being a black woman
mm.
to spew their hate and homophobia. And people in the comments are sitting here telling you to move on, and they don't
Mm.
agree with the lifestyle. It's
Of
no
course.
lifestyle to being gay. I wouldn't choose to
No,
be
no, 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 no,
discriminated
no, no.
against.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. They want me to move on because they want me to tap dance and entertain. And today is not that day.
Well, I do you one
Exactly.
better. Look at
Exactly. And I'm here
Absolutely.
the
and
same
I'm here for
thing.
black women. And I was there for, even when I was 16, 15, I was there for the Million Woman March. I was there. Gay men, the gay men are one of the most allies for black women. Black women say that there's no allies. They're pushing the main one aside. We fight for them. We fight for them. Gay, black, white, black gay men, period, are here for black women. They
Well, no,
push
I'm
us to
not
the
gonna say
side. We
all
can't
of them,
support someone
cause
that
I
discriminates against us the most. That's no,
well,
we can't do that. I
okay. So
wouldn't do that at all.
two things.
I
What you
wouldn't.
said was absolutely true when you said, "Hey, like, they weaponize their womanhood." Because if you talk to straight men, the first thing that they tell straight men when straight men say something they don't agree with is something to the nature of them being effeminate. They immediately emasculate gay men, and that's a problem. I mean, straight
Yes, they
men.
do.
And that's a problem because if I tell a straight man you're gay, you're, whatever, you are F bomb, whatever, right? I'm basically insinuating that being gay is wrong or it's bad. So on the opposite side of that is, I never want, which I get where you're coming from as far as allyship, but as a black woman, I'm gonna be quite candid. White gays are not my ally. A lot of times white gays are doing more mimicking and mockery of just something that they feel like is a personality that they can just, patent. I don't feel like black gay men are doing that. I feel like white gays are doing that. And I also want to make it very clear, white gays don't help y'all. A lot of the movements
Oh,
and a
we know
lot of
that.
the and
We
a
know
lot of
that.
right,
We
but I don't think a
absolutely know
lot
that.
of
We have our
people
own
know
black
that.
pride.
Right. And so when we try to merge that allyship, I want to always make it very clear, just because y'all are gay, y'all are still having the same black experience.
Well,
Bottom
well, I
line.
made
Oh,
that very clear. That was my issue with Snoop Dogg sitting down with the white guy for Glad. That didn't do anything for the conversation that we needed to have in our community.
Yeah.
well, Armand, do you remember when the Stonewall movie was boycotted because they tried to make the whole? I'm from New York City. They tried to make the whole Stonewall riots whitewashed, and people totally canceled that film because they were like, no, it was black and Latin trans women that
Hmm.
started
Hmm.
throwing the bricks at the cops. White men had
Hmm.
nothing to do with it, and you
Exactly.
guys always tried to exclude us out of the movement that we created. So
Mm.
it's been going on since the beginning of time. And I wanted to add on to this conversation. Um, that's why I like that scene in Insecure where that woman was dating that guy. He was straight. And she talked about her college experience where she had a girl on girl situation and it was completely fine. But I want to question, is there a narcissism with black women in terms of sexuality? Because it's okay when they experiment or they have a moment or they have a relationship with a guy that doesn't go well. Now I'm going to start doing girls. But then in this same scene, the guy was like, oh, yeah, I got head from a guy. I'm not gay at all. Like, it was just an experimentation
He's
type of
immediately
thing.
gay, and every woman is going to look at him like he's poisoned fruit.
Yeah, exactly.
But a
So
girl can
that
go out
scene,
and she can go out and play and dibble and dabble and kiss a woman, and you wouldn't even think she's gay. You would even look at like Portia Williams. You'd be like, "Oh, girl, she's over here trying to play
well,
gay for a
yeah,
Just
straight
a freak
lie."
hoe. Just
Armand,
a
and
freak
that's
hoe.
another thing that
But
I've
let that,
noticed too.
but hold
I've
on, but
been questioning is
let that be
that
like Chris
I've seen
Brown.
a I've seen a lot of black women get into like bad relationships with their baby fathers or men or whatever like that. And they're like, oh, I'm going to switch to girls. And then it makes me feel like, oh, is this sort of like something that you could switch on and off? I'm not saying that some women are not bisexual, but for us gay men, it's like we don't have that on and off switch, and we're not given that fluidity. As soon as you're seen as gay, you are perceived as less of a man. And this is why men are
Exactly.
not coming out of the closet and men
Hmm.
are staying on the DL, is because of part of the big problem is black women emasculating them for liking, or experimenting one time with a man. So that's
Yeah,
what I
because
want.
men aren't even allowed to experiment without being deemed as gay for the rest of their life.
And that's why I
Yep.
didn't respect where Tammy Roman was coming from. And I'm a big fan of Tammy. But you played with
Girl,
women. You get what I'm
a
saying?
lot of
Or,
them.
even when it comes to like Nene Leaks, it's like you were a stripper. You did degenerate whole behavior. But you try to draw the line at, what it means to be trans, this, that, and the third. But from the naked eye, we can't, if we didn't know you, we wouldn't be able to tell because you carry the vixen look. She looks just like no different than another random person who is trans walking down the street in Atlanta.
She carries that whole aesthetic. She carries it. We couldn't tell that
Who are
she's a
you
trans
talking
woman or
about?
not.
Nene
Nene
Leaks.
Leaks.
Oh, yeah.
She was talking about somehow a
Well,
man would like
well,
her in
that's
TS.
another conversation that I want to have with y'all too. With this whole trans conversation, I've always noticed in the comments black women going under trans women, talking about, oh, that's a man, that's a man, that's a man. And now we're
Hmm.
talking about Nene emulating the trans woman aesthetic. And
A lot of them do.
I really want to know if black women are somewhat threatened a bit by trans women, because you will never see a group of men, especially specifically black men, going under a trans man's comments talking about, oh, that's a woman, that's a woman, that's a woman. So there's a
Exactly.
whole thing of, I don't know if
Mm.
there's a level of competition or there's a level of being threatened about womanhood, but it's just more of like, hey, but I
I
can get
see
it
it
too, because
differently.
at the same time in Atlanta, black women have to compete not only with other women, they got to compete with trans women, and they might have to compete with gay men for some
Well, no,
men.
I
So you
see
know what
it
I'm
Of
saying?
course.
differently. I don't necessarily and I'm speaking for myself here, right? I'm not threatened by trans women. I think it's more so of the idea that
Look, all I
knowing
gotta say is
there's a lot of insecurity that comes along with that, because the truth is you have to really sit with yourself and the biases that you have when you say, how do I handle a man I'm attracted to being attracted to a man or a born man?
Okay,
Right.
let
But
I
Nene.
then,
understand that.
Hold
but
I
on.
then,
understand
but
that.
No,
then
no.
you're
Okay, hold on, because I gotta let other people talk. Okay,
I
go
just want to
ahead.
say, like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like this conversation is so dragged out. Like, I feel like, in all honesty, and I just want to hear, like, from somebody's, like, honest opinion. Like, do gay men really experience this much bashing from Black women? Just coming from, like, a Black woman herself, who I feel like I genuinely treat everybody with kindness. I'm not homophobic. I don't come off like that. Like, I just don't see, like, why is the entire blame on Black women in particular, when I feel like there's a lot of Black women that fuck with, well, let me excuse my French,
Oh,
but really mess with gay men for real and doesn't do the homophobia and none of that. And then I also feel like a part of the conversation too, like, I feel like a lot of, in the LGBTQ community, there's not like accountability when it comes with a lot of men, white men and Black men do become in those sexualities or whatever because they don't like Black women, or there is a certain agenda to push. That's all I had to say. All peace and love, though.
no, hold on. Stay here. I want to. So, how long have you followed me? Hello, where's she at? Oh, she muted. So, let me just say this. So, she made a statement. She said, "Dragged out." On this platform, we rarely talk about these content comments, like type of things. So, Paris, you had striked up a conversation. I'm assuming it was kind of based off of like the Tammy Roman stuff. I don't know, but maybe you just thought of it and brought it up. So this is one time out of this year that we probably had one of these conversations, and we're going in depth about, the respect and the visibility of LGBTQ and Black people. And you have a woman saying that she feels like this conversation is dragged out, but yet we can sit and drag the Black women struggle Olympics from here to fucking the end of the year every single day, and everybody will be to the moon loving every drop of it. But you have one conversation about inclusion of Black African American LGBTQ members, and your perception is being dragged out, and we need to take accountability about an agenda that is being pushed. What does that say to you? Like, there's the answer. So we clearly need to drag it some more because you don't get it.
And then to in turn listen to this entire conversation, wait to come up here and say she don't feel like gay men are really getting bashed by black women because she's not doing it. And that's the crux of the issue. I want to challenge, if you are a black woman who has gay black friends or gay black family members, before you do anything else, go and ask them how do they feel about y'all relationship and sit with that.
I feel like a lot of black men, they try to project how they family treat them off on black women. Like black women, we do not care about gay. We don't care about y'all being gay. What we care about is y'all not telling us that y'all gay. That is the problem.
But okay, the reason why you don't get told is because when comments like, why do they have this gay stuff in the movies? And then it's 1,000 black women and black men, not just y'all women, y'all having these conversations like, yeah, that gay shit, this is disgusting. Why we can't even bring our grandkids to the movie? Who want to come out when you're being judged? Who want to come? Do you know niggas? Y'all, not you, but I'm just saying, do you know that you guys have made it now a rule where a nigga can't even get a Mai Tai? Or he's zesty. He can't even get a margarita with a
They can't
fucking
even do
with an
hookah.
umbrella
They
in his
can't even eat
drink.
bananas.
They can't do hookah, which was initially intended for
Men
men.
can't even smoke a hookah.
Which was initially intended for men.
I seen a TikTok where a lady said the nigga couldn't even fall asleep in the passenger seat of the car while the nigga was driving, or that was gay. Are you crazy? Black woman.
Cam Newton right now is being demonized in his relationship with Jasmine Brown, which she keeps defending him. But everything about how he behaves in his relationship that his white girlfriend is okay with makes him gay. Everything. Everything that women don't like makes him gay. And I don't think y'all realize y'all are saying gay is inherently bad and you don't like it. That's what you're saying.
Mm, mm, mm. Why do I? So then are they not responding, or are they just dropping down?
I don't know. It is kicking people because it kicked me.
Okay, but you know that's just what it's given, and you don't have to agree, but my question is, I want to know why don't you agree? Because who asked you to like, what do you have to agree with? I don't like, I wouldn't agree with you sleeping with a dog because I feel like that's an animal. But I'm not here to agree with you sleeping with a man or a woman. Like, why do you that's where I'm saying the homophobia comes in, because what are you looking to agree with? Who needed you to agree where I stick my dick in my ass? Who told you that you have to have an agreement or not an agreement or an opinion on that? Why does that matter to you for you to agree or not? So I don't know. Somebody says it's a one-sided conversation, and I just think these are very interesting because it becomes one-sided, but it's one-sided because we're sitting up here. There's a woman here that is agreeing with us, and we're getting our respect. You guys are not realizing that when gay people get their respect and they have allies and they demand their respect, then we become problematic. Then we're dragging it. We're doing too much. You want us to shut up, sing, dance, make you laugh, do your hair. That ain't me.
Write your songs, be a
You get what
ear,
I'm saying?
be a
But
financial
but
plan, be
guess
a
what? You
protector.
don't want to hear about my experience, but stand for your experience. Be on the front lines when the police is kicking your baby daddy's ass. Right? Because we don't really have those problems. Police don't really fuck with us like that. But you want me to go march for your nigga. You want me to be the cry for you when you got and understand the pain and the struggle that you got to go through. But when I'm telling my experience, I'm dragging this too much. It's a one-side conversation. That's the problem. That's the problem.
And I want to emphasize this if you guys just get out of your own way and stop trying to make everything validation for men or validation for a black man, and just understand, if you listen to men talk, they're telling you their issues. Just because you don't intend for it to be one way doesn't mean you're not impacting them.
Okay, come on, get it. This the
Wait,
last round.
hello.
So if you got something to say, say it now.
I got something to say. Something to
Okay.
say. I wanted to talk about how the young lady that came on previously was talking about basically
Turn me
um
down.
I can't hear somebody else has their mic on. I don't have extra mic on, so
I'm gonna
somebody
start
else with their
dropping
mic
people.
off.
I'm gonna start dropping
It's
people.
the
It's
lady
the
in the
one down there in
purple.
the astronaut.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So I understand the issue. I didn't see the TikTok video or whatever video that you all are referring to. But I think that a part of the issue is that we do continue to address black women, and we do need to really address these black men. You know, black women are a part of the issue, yes. But I feel like the issue with black women is that we are more covert in homophobia, and I'm a part of the community, so I'm not at all like caping or whatever, but I'm saying that a lot of times that black women are more covert with their homophobia. Black men are outright just homophobic.
And
A
that's the
black woman,
problem.
wait, hold on, like you spoke a lot. It is a problem. I'm not denying that it isn't a problem, but the issue
Mhm.
is black, yes, there is harm that's being done in the community that's coming from black women, but it is a lot of times the physical harm that we're not addressing is coming from black men. Black men are beating the shit out of their sons, or beating their sons, or beating their kids, or abandoning their kids. Black women are doing it too, yes. But there's something different about the way that black women interact with gay people in general, and we can't deny that.
Yeah,
We
because
Yeah,
we
but
went we went from Snoop Dogg to now we're back on black women. Snoop Dogg was
yeah,
the
but
issue.
hold
no,
on,
I
what
let
I
understand that
what I'm
let
saying,
completely.
me let
when we
me
when
let
we
me
were breaking
educate.
when we were breaking down the issue of Snoop Dogg and his homophobia, and the issue that he went on another podcast that was not black. And let's be clear, he didn't go on a podcast that was not black because it was not only he wanted to disrespect us, but it was because he don't care about us. He don't care about our black dollars, right? Because now Snoop Dogg has crossed over into being with Martha Stewart and playing at Trump's rallies or doing whatever the hell he's doing. He's crossed over to that. He's already made it known that he doesn't care about our black dollar,
Yeah,
right?
but I
Whether
think
it's
that
gay or
What you
straight.
honestly,
just hold on, wait a minute. What you just
Whether it's
explained
gay or
is
straight.
what you
So
yeah,
my
but the
issue
covert
is
versus overt, right?
that's the
You have black men
problem
that are
right there.
overtly homophobic, right? And then you have black women that are covertly homophobic. Which one, you can't say
you
one is
have
better
black
than the
men that are
other.
both. You have black men and women that are both. What I'm
Yeah, but
saying
you're
is
coming from a
that
defensive
black
lens,
men,
and I'm saying to you
no,
that
I'm saying
whether it's
black men
covert
are
or overt,
using
it doesn't make it better.
violence. No, it
It
doesn't
doesn't
make
make
it
it
better.
better.
I'm
So
not saying that it
let's
does
get
make
some
it better, but I'm
education in
talking about
here.
the
First,
violence
I do
that
want to
they
educate.
execute on
First and
black
foremost,
women.
ma'am, I do want
And
to
I
clear.
wouldn't say, and I wouldn't say that black women are more respected as far as when it comes to, or lesbianism is more respected or accepted. I would say that it's more sexualized. And just because you're being sexualized doesn't mean that you don't get harmed and you don't get violence that's acted against you.
Okay, so you're
So that
saying a
all of
lot,
that
but
saying,
a lot of this
Very
is
yeah,
true.
I did
conflated.
say a
But
lot.
that let me just
Period.
say this. First and foremost, it
But
is
I would say
hold on, wait a
that
minute.
Wait,
One
one at a
second,
because
guys.
time.
It is
lesbianism is more
statistically,
sexualized, they
it
are
is
more
wait
accepted
a
than
minute,
trans
guys.
women.
It is statistically proven that black women cause more harm to children and abuse them and neglect children
Black women
than
are the
oh wait a minute,
majority
You have to let her
caretakers.
finish speaking.
I
Black
do
women
want to
are
clear
Okay,
majority
wait.
hold on. We're gonna
caretakers.
take this over to Spaces because everybody's very passionate about this. So we'll take this over to Spaces because you guys are not gonna do this to my stream. So let's Paris, you're gonna land, and then we're gonna go to
Yes, I'm gonna
Spaces.
be very quick. But when we say
Well,
these
before
things,
Paris lands, hold
I
on.
Oh, okay,
before
okay,
Pa-
okay, okay, okay,
before Paris lands. I just
okay.
wanted to
I
stop
got you. I got
by
you. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
and
I have no problem with you expressing yourself, but something being covert versus overt doesn't negate the extremities of harmful. Somebody
Right.
having a poisonous snake and showing it to you versus somebody having a poisonous snake and hiding it in a bag. They still
Exactly.
both have a
Well, can I
poisonous
ask
snake.
Paris a question? Can I ask you a question? So, what I said in the chat was that I think a lot of unhealed trauma from
Thank you,
male
Paris.
behavior, as well as the epidemic with AIDS and women getting that, things like that. That paranoia and that unhealed part of Black women's history is still there. So what do you suggest? So how do you, um, I guess, advise Black women to move forward with that paranoia, knowing if not even if it didn't happen to them, it's never happened to me, but I know it's out there because it's happened to people who I know. So, what is
Put a
your
pin in that. Put a
suggestion?
pin in that. Put a pin in that. We're gonna bring it on Spaces. Put a pin in that. Just meet us on Spaces. If you want to talk, we on
Okay.
Spaces on Twitter. And another thing I want y'all to think about, because I feel like I agree with what she was saying, but that's why I said I understand it's a cultural thing, right?
Hmm.
We're all
exactly.
like it's a cultural thing.
It's
But
not
I
that it's
will
less
say
harmful.
no,
Right.
yeah, but I will say though that even I think, and I know this is gonna sound like I'm blaming Black women, but I will say I find it in my relationships with men when women see a man cool with me. Do you know a woman asks
They get
their
jealous.
nigga, was he gay because we were friends?
Hmm.
I've
Right.
Ignorance.
experienced
You get
that.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you put that kind of thought process in the nigga mind. And so
Mm.
guess what he got to do? Because he love you. He got to prove his manhood to you because you gonna call him pussy and call him up. So now he got to beat my ass. So you feel tough and inferior to me and superior
Yeah.
over me.
Or start
It's really
bullying you
sad
because
Or
you're
he's
though.
passionate
bullying
And
me.
about
it's
it.
already there
And
because of patriarchy and misogyny. It's already there. Men are
No,
already
it's
no, of
there.
TikTok.
course. And
It's there
Men,
Armand,
because
men,
it's there because I gotta prove to this woman that I'm not gay. Cause
That's
she
and
because
wanna
we
use
already
me
Armand,
no, I'm
have
let's
saying,
talk
I'm
about
saying that the
let's talk about
homophobia is
people
already
outing other
there.
people too.
that would be misandry. It's not misogyny. Anytime a woman is imposing instilling prejudice or biases
Girl,
against
misandry
men,
is not a
that's
thing. Please
misandry.
stop.
It's a real thing.
Please stop it. Yeah.
Okay, so
And
listen, guys,
patriarchy is too.
I'm gonna put my Twitter on there because then we
Patriarchy
can
is real.
really get into some
That's like
things.
misandry is not a thing. Please
It
stop
is.
it.
It's a real
It's
thing.
it's really
Okay.
not. Like
Okay,
it's
listen, if y'all
please
want to get
stop
on
it.
here and talk, be the first ones in the chat. I'm posting the link right now on Twitter. Right now, I'm gonna post it.
Okay.
Follow me on my Twitter right now, and then we're gonna get on it. But I think I heard my girlfriend in the building really quick.
I'm gonna go
Girl,
to
Hello.
the
what's the
chat.
which one are you?
Bitch, you should know who the fuck this is, girl.
Hey, I'm saying
Oh,
which one are
I
you?
forgot. I forgot. I
That's
forgot. I forgot.
Girl,
Sorry.
what you
It's
do
been a
all day?
minute.
That's why I'm saying we gotta
It's,
go to spaces because the girls is ready to get
they
into
call
some
me
I'm not
things.
on. I'm
Madison.
not on Twitter. You know, I'm not on social
Yeah,
media
but
stuff
I
like
know
They
I
want
that.
to
could
cuss
just
me
do.
out so
Yeah,
bad.
we can't do all that right here. This is not.
No, I'm not gonna do
This is
all
my
that. I'm not
Let's
gonna do
professional
switch
all
it
that.
account.
up.
I
I
only had a
just I
question for
just
you. I
came
didn't want to cuss you out.
on because they said we had a falling out, but I don't remember us having a falling out.
Girl, we never had a fall. Oh, we had a falling out. That's your name on here. I was like, girl, whose name is this? Yeah, we never had a falling Paris. I'll bring you back. I'll see you on Twitter. Hold on, sister. Give me a second. Yes, it's been a lot of things happening, a lot of moving
Yes.
parts. Girl, the girls did say that you had fallen out with me.
No, I did not fall out with
Girl,
you.
I actually talk to you very often.
Very often you know what's really going on in my life. So it's not a falling out, it's prioritizing. And yes, like girl, anytime Armand needs me, I'm there, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like we actually have real life conversations. It's not this whatever his job is his job and he reports on it and does what he needs to do. But like that sometimes people have to step back. Armand does this because it's his career. And
Yes.
sometimes people have to prioritize themselves. Especially, you know how it is. You know what's going on. So
Yeah, everybody's been asking you where you've been, and I don't know. That's on up for you to share. But
I'm definitely not sharing everything because you know that to me
yeah.
that's personal between me and you.
Mhm.
But I do want to say that, like, girl, no, I would never. Armand is a truly good human being. Like,
Yes.
whether people try to portray him a certain way because it doesn't follow line to their narrative, Armand has been genuine 100%. and he's never done and no plotty weird stuff to me or people that I know. So it's like you can't really fumble a real friend when you have one. That's the gag.
All right, girl. We'll have to call you
Lo-
later, boom. So we'll
love
talk later,
you.
sister. Love you.
Bye.
All right. All right. Gotta call her back. All right, guys. This was an explosive episode. I didn't expand to be, plan to be here for 2-3 hours, but it is Friday, and I don't have anything to do because my car is still in the shop, and I gotta figure my life out. But yeah. So spaces it is. I gotta find me some food. But yeah, child, we're gonna get onto the spaces and get into some things. You guys got the exclusive information, and meet me on Twitter. Okay. Bye. Oh, subscribe to the channel as well. All right. Peace out.